Have you ever wondered about the impact of climate change on our world today? Climate change, a phenomenon we can no longer ignore, is primarily caused by human activities that increase the concentration of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. This leads to a rise in Earth's average temperature, disrupting our world's natural balance. But how does this affect us? The most conspicuous effect of climate change is the alteration of weather patterns. It's not just about hotter summers or colder winters. It's about weather events becoming more extreme and unpredictable. This includes an increase in the frequency and intensity of floods, one of the most destructive natural disasters. These floods don't just cause immediate harm, they have long-lasting effects, destroying homes, displacing people, and decimating farmland. Such extreme weather events are becoming the new normal, especially in regions vulnerable to climate change like Kenya. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore the recent flooding in Kenya, a situation that has been greatly exacerbated by climate change. The rising waters serve as a stark reminder that our actions have consequences, and those consequences are becoming harder and harder to ignore. In recent news, Kenya has been hit hard by flooding due to heavy downpours. The persistent rain has painted a grim picture across the country, causing widespread devastation and loss. Homes, once filled with the vibrancy of life, now lay in ruins, washed away by the relentless surge of water. The flooding has not only claimed the shelters of thousands but has also ravaged the farmlands that serve as their livelihoods. Acres upon acres of crops, painstakingly sown and tended to by diligent farmers, have been destroyed, leaving them in a state of despair and uncertainty. The flooding has also taken a heavy toll on livestock, a vital asset in many Kenyan communities. Thousands of animals, integral to the daily survival and economic stability of these communities, have been killed. This loss not only affects the immediate income of the families, but also threatens their food security in the long term. Yet the most heart-wrenching consequence of these floods is the displacement of people. Tens of thousands of Kenyans have been forced to evacuate their homes, leaving behind their lives, their communities, and everything familiar. They now face an uncertain future, grappling with the challenges of rebuilding their lives amidst the chaos. The human toll of these floods is also staggering. At least 15 people have tragically lost their lives to the surging waters. Each life lost is a stark reminder of the destructive power of these floods and the urgent need for measures to mitigate their impact. In light of these events, the Kenya Red Cross Society, a beacon of hope amidst the devastation, has been at the forefront of providing assistance to the affected communities. They have emphasized the urgent need for investment in climate adaptation measures. These measures, aimed at building resilience and reducing vulnerability, are critical in protecting communities from the devastating effects of such extreme weather events. The Kenya Red Cross Society has highlighted the need for investment in climate adaptation measures to protect communities from such devastating effects. But what role does El Niño play in these extreme weather events? El Niño, a complex weather phenomenon, is a pivotal player in these climatic extremes. It originates from the Pacific Ocean, but its influence extends to the far reaches of the globe, Kenya included. This phenomenon occurs when a significant warming of the ocean surface waters takes place in the central and eastern Pacific. Now you might wonder, how does warm water in the Pacific relate to heavy rainfall in Kenya? Well, this warming alters the usual wind patterns, leading to an upheaval in global weather conditions. It's like throwing a stone into a pond. The ripples spread far and wide. And in the case of El Niño, these ripples manifest as extreme weather events, including torrential rainfall. When El Niño sets in, the warmer waters of the Pacific cause a shift in atmospheric circulation. This shift redirects moisture-laden winds towards East Africa, including Kenya. The result? Well, you've guessed it, heavier than usual rainfall. This can lead to flooding, especially in regions that are not equipped to handle such high volumes of water. However, it's important to note that not every El Niño event results in flooding. The impact can vary depending on other atmospheric factors and the strength of the El Niño itself. But in instances where the El Niño is particularly strong, the likelihood of extreme rainfall and subsequent flooding increases. Furthermore, the effects of El Niño are often compounded by the influence of other climatic phenomena, such as the Indian Ocean dipole. These factors can work together, intensifying the severity and frequency of extreme weather events, including the devastating floods we've recently witnessed in Kenya. So, as we can see, El Niño is a significant contributor to the extreme weather conditions experienced in Kenya. Given these circumstances, what can we do to mitigate the effects of such disasters? The answer lies in a multi-pronged approach that combines local adaptation and international climate change mitigation. Let's break it down. Firstly, we need to invest in climate adaptation measures. This includes improving infrastructure to withstand extreme weather events and implementing early warning systems. Such measures can significantly reduce the loss of life and property during floods. Secondly, we must adopt sustainable farming practices. Climate-smart agriculture, for instance, can help increase the resilience of our food systems. It can help farmers adapt to changing weather patterns, while also contributing to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. Lastly, international cooperation is crucial. Climate change is a global problem and necessitates a global solution. Countries must come together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and support vulnerable regions in adapting to climate change. This could be through financial support, sharing of technology, or capacity-building initiatives. Moreover, we must remember that these are not just one-off solutions. They need to be integrated into our daily lives and policy-making processes. This means regular reviews and updates of our climate policies and continuous public education and awareness campaigns. To sum it up, the way forward is not easy, but it's necessary. It requires both local and global efforts, a combination of technology, policy, and individual action. It's a long journey, but every step counts. Because at the end of the day, we are not just protecting our environment, but also our future generations. It is clear that a multi-pronged approach is necessary to address the impacts of climate change and protect vulnerable communities. In conclusion, climate change is not a future problem, but a present crisis. The impacts are being felt right now, most notably in Kenya, which is grappling with devastating floods. These floods, exacerbated by the El Niño phenomenon, have led to loss of life, displacement of people, and destruction of property. It's an urgent wake-up call that underscores the need for swift, concrete actions to mitigate the effects of such disasters and adapt to our changing climate. The situation in Kenya is a stark reminder of the need for immediate action to combat climate change and its devastating effects.